Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we've arrived in Ditchingham in Norfolk and the village hall is behind us, which is just off Loddon Road, and we've parked up not in the car park at the village hall but the car park beside it on Green Lane, and we're here to do a 5-mile circular walk of Broome today. Okay, so you want to make your way down the car park here on Green Lane towards Broome Heath, which is on the left here of the car park. You want to head straight through the gate and head out straight forward. So you come straight through the gate and you want to be taking the left path straight forward across the heath here. And it's not only Broome Heath, you have also Broome pits here. So as we come through Broome Heath here, we'll be following the path on the left. So as I said earlier, we parked on Green Lane in the car park, and if you wish to find out the postcode for that, please look in the video description where you'll find lots more information on the walk. So the first thing you'll come across Broome Heath here is the Barrow in front. You can see the sign. I will just show you. A little bit of history here, and we want to be going round to the left of that. It's a beautiful, sunny but very cold morning today. So you want to be walking past the Barrow on your right hand side and continue out on the path following it left. So this Broome 5-mile circular walk today, it is the Broome which comes under Bungay. The Broome in Ditchingham. This is not the Broome near Alsham in Norwich, just so you don't make that mistake. Beautiful heath here. You should or might get some views of the lake if you're lucky in a minute. I'll show you some of them when we get a view, but most of the views of the lakes will be on the way back. So we're now heading towards Loddon Road. We won't actually be walking on Loddon Road at the minute, but we're just walking beside it on the other side of the hedgerow of the heath. So you want to be heading straight for that path in front towards the trees. So we're still walking alongside Loddon Road at the minute. Keeping to that left path. And today on the journey, there's obviously me, Chay, and out in front today you can see Nutty, Nanny and Lee.
Morning. Morning.
So here we want to be veering a right, not left towards Loddon Road. You want to take your right and walk past the bench on your left here. Here's your first look over one of the fishing lakes here at Broome. Very quiet here this morning. You want to head down the lake on your left here. Just give you a quick view of the lake again. Quite windy out today and very cold wind today. At the minute we're sheltered. Okay, so we'll come to the end of the first lake on the left here. And this is where you want to be veering off left up the hill. There's a little bit of road walking today, but not much. And they're very quiet roads that we'll actually be walking on. So in front here you can see the cream building. This is Broome Village Hall. And you want to come down to the end of this track here, and at the end of the track you want to be taking a left on Sun Road. But there's two village signs here. There's an old one and there's a newer sign. I will show you them before we take that left turn. So here we are. Here's the new village sign. As you can see, this one was made in 2000. A very bright and colourful one, this one. And next to this one you'll find the old one. Here we go. This one's got the Broome Church on. So as I said, you want to be taking a left as you come down the track and walking down Sun Road. So you want to continue walking down Sun Road, and when you come to the end of Sun Road you want to be taking your right onto Loddon Road. So we've now come to the end of Sun Road here. I'll just show you the sign before we take that right turn. There you go. Norfolk, and we're in Broome. Ditchingham and Bungay to your left, Loddon to your right. So coming up, as you can see in front, we have a bridge which is crossing Broome Beck. I'll give you a shot down the Beck. And after we come over the bridge here, we want to be taking a left on Church Lane. So here on the left here is Church Lane. You want to be following the signs to Thwaite. And this way we'll be heading towards the church. Lovely church as well. So we're now on Church Lane. You want to be walking up here for a little while. It's a very quiet road, so nothing to worry about. So we're still walking up Church Lane. Broome Place here, private dwelling. And there's a lovely water fountain in their front garden. Beautiful. So not much longer to walk up Church Lane. So we're now coming to the end here of Church Lane, and you want to be taking the path straight over, or should I say the track straight over. And this is Rectory Road. And as you can see, the beautiful church there in front. So as you approach the church here, you want to be taking the path on your right where Nutty, Nanny and Lee are heading. But first I'll let you have a look at the sign and I'll show you the church. So this is a wildlife habitat that we're now going to be walking through. We'll be crossing the fields here. And there you have St Michael's Church. Beautiful church it is also. So as I said, you want to be walking down the path just before you get to the church. So the church is on your left hand side. The original path used to go through the actual graveyard of the church. So obviously it wasn't nice having to walk across the graves. So this path is much appreciated. Okay, so here, when you reach the end of the graveyard, you want to be taking your right across the field. So St Michael's Church is actually Broome Church. And we're now walking across this field, and when we get to the end, we'll be back on Rectory Road. So we've now walked through that field and we've come out at the end of the field, and in front we have a T-junction. Well, just to our right here is Rectory Road that we're crossing over, and to the left is Bungay Road, and we want to turn right down Loddon Road. You only want to be heading down here a short while, and once you get to your first right hand corner, that's where you'll be taking a left turn off the road onto a footpath. So as I said a minute ago, that first right turn in the road, you want to be taking your left turn off and heading down the footpath here in front. Nice and simple on this footpath, you want to follow it straight down. So to our left on the path here, you can see some farm buildings here. There's a barn. This is where we want to be taking a left turn. There is a footpath sign, just about, as you can tell. Public bridleway. So at the minute we're still walking past that farm, and once you pass the farm, you'll come out onto a road. And that road you want to be taking is Hall Road. I'll show you when we get there. So here we are, we're now on Hall Road, and I believe Ellingham Hall is to your left up there, which is private. So you want to be taking your Hall Road, following that all the way down here. I love this time of year, all the leaves on the ground, all the colours on the trees. Mind you, we have a lot of wind recently, so a lot of the leaves are actually on the ground now. So we're now coming to the end of Hall Road here, and you want to be taking a left at the end of Hall Road onto the old Yarmouth Road. So we're now coming to the end of the old Yarmouth Road, and out in front you can see the A143, and we want to be crossing straight over. I don't know if you can see, there's a man or a woman over the other side of the road there with two dogs. That's where we're now going to be heading. So we're heading towards Ellingham at the minute. Nice and simple once you cross the road here. Follow the path and just take your right, which will bring us on to a cycle route and a footpath route, which is down here and right. So before you get to your two wooden bollards here, this is where you want to be taking your right turn, and this track follows the A143 up. So we're still walking down this track alongside the A143, but be careful when you're walking, check behind you, because this is also a cycle route. We have a bridge coming up, and the bridge goes over Broome Beck, and after you go over the bridge you want the second turn on your right to cross the A143 once more, and that will bring you to Broome Pits. So in front you can see the bridge I was talking about over Broome Beck here. There's not much to see. I'll give you a look to the right first. Obviously the A143 right in front. The other side's a little bit prettier, but you can't see right down the beck there, unfortunately, because of the trees are still got the leaves on. So remember, you want to be taking your second exit on your right now. Let's cross the A143. So up ahead here, you can see this is the first exit that crosses the A143, but we want to be taking the second. Okay, so we've finally arrived at our second exit after the bridge. So this is our right turn we want. And we'll go through the gate. Thank you very much, Lee. And obviously you want to be crossing the A143. So you want to be coming through this gate. And taking your immediate left and following the A143 down the other side. So now we're heading towards Broome Pits. I hope you're enjoying the walk so far. We have about a mile to go, heading towards Broome Fishing Pit still. So if you like the journey so far, please like and subscribe to the channel. So we're still on that same track, and up ahead here is where we want to be taking a right turn. Now this is the only right turn we've come across, so your first right you come across, that's the one you want to be taking. So we're now coming up to the end of this track, and out in front is the old Yarmouth Road, and here we want to be taking a quick left and a quick right across the road towards Broome Fishing Pits. And this is how you get to Broome Fishing Pit car park down here. There's the sign. So you want to head straight ahead here, past the gates. So here in front is the Broome Pit sign. And obviously we're also back onto Broome Heath. Hopefully we can get a good shot of the lake from here. So as we walk through here, we'll have a lake on our right hand side and a lake on our left hand side. So follow the tarmac path here, and at the bottom you want to be taking the left, following the path. So I've just walked through past the two lakes in between, and you want to be heading straight out. There is no track now, it is just grass over the heath here. The lake to your left. So as you're walking through the heath here, you want to be following the lake with it on your left. As you can see, there's also a fence on the left. Now if you look over Nanny's head there is a tree in front there. That is where we want to be turning right, and you want to be heading up a sloped path. I'll keep filming so you know exactly where to go. And at the top of the hill you will find a bench, so you know if you've taken the right turn or not. there you have the bench in front. You want to take the path to the left of the bench. So when you get to the top of that hill, you then want to be taking a right turn. As you can see, there's a wooden fence in front. That's there where that begins. You want to be taking that right turn. And up ahead, this is where we started. I don't know if you can see it in the distance. There's a fence and there's a pathway going through that fence. Okay, so we've arrived at that fence finally. So as you come through here, you want to be veering left back to the car park. You can see that way. So we've joined back up again now, and that way is where we set off first thing on this walk, following the path left there. I hope you've enjoyed the journey so far today. It's a 5 mile circular walk of Broome, so it's a goodbye from me, and it's a goodbye from Lee and Nutty Nanny.
Goodbye, catch you next time. Bye bye.
Okay, so that's a wrap on the walk. Thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time.